August 1st, 2025 was the last time the 18-year-old Giovanni Pelletier was heard from. Although he lived in North Carolina, he had traveled to Florida with his mother, his stepfather, and his siblings to visit a relative that was receiving chemotherapy. Now, while in Florida, Giovanni had wanted to reconnect with family on his father's side. So at around 1 a.m., his cousins on his father's side arrived in Inglewood, Florida, to pick him up. His mother was initially hesitant about him going, but really, what could she do? He was 18, and she wanted him to have the opportunity to spend time with his father's family, so they could offer him an experience that she couldn't, being that they represented the black side of Giovanni. See, Giovanni was of mixed race, his father being black and his mother Italian and Puerto Rican. He was craving the culture and the background from his dad's side of the family. And I couldn't give that to him, his mother Bridget explained. She supported her son's journey, and as a mixed person myself, I completely get it. Being that Giovanni's father, his biological father, is incarcerated, Giovanni had to depend on other members of his father's family to connect with and experience that side of his culture. The plan was that Giovanni would travel to Mims with his cousins, and the next day, Bridget and the rest of the fam would pick him up on their way back to North Carolina. Now, Bridget was asleep when her son left with his cousins on that early Friday morning. It was her fiancé that said the final goodbyes to Giovanni. This was as he left with his cousins on a 3-hour trip to Mims, Florida, where he planned to visit with his paternal grandfather. Soon, though, everything went wrong, and Giovanni tried to reach his mom and a few other family members. He was reaching out for help, but everyone he reached out to was asleep. When she woke up in the morning, Bridget panicked as soon as she saw the text from her son that read, "Mom, help." She couldn't get a hold of her son, and the cousins were no help either. Giovanni's grandfather would tell Bridget over the voicemail of what he heard about the trip. He alleged that there was an altercation, which led to the cousins leaving Giovanni on the side of the road in Bradenton. Bridget then began to track Giovanni's location on his phone, and she was able to pinpoint it to a location. When she arrived at that location, she found his backpack and the phone on the side of the road. Eventually, one of the cousins reached out to Bridget. That cousin claimed that on the ride to Mims, Giovanni began to curse at him and pulled a knife, which is why they left him. Giovanni's family has voiced disappointment in the official investigation into Giovanni's disappearance, but they are grateful for the community's response. Family members, friends, and volunteers joined together in Mims, Florida to search for the 18-year-old young man. They were on foot, on ATVs, and some even operating drones. Some others even showed up and showed their support by bringing goodies like snacks and drinks for the searchers. However, unfortunately, the young man would not be found alive. Friday, August 8th, a body was found in a retention pond off of State Road 70, which is an exit of I-75. Within a day, it was confirmed to be Giovanni Pelletier. Officials state that there is no evidence of foul play and that the toxicology report will not be available for another 6 months. Giovanni will be remembered as the smart and kind soul that he was, one that was full of life. My thoughts are with the family right now. I can't imagine what they're going through. A GoFundMe has been set up in his honor to help with funeral expenses and any other expenses that the family is dealing with due to these circumstances. I'll put the link in the description below. If you're able to show your support, that would be lovely. Until next time, stay safe.